All right, let's get right into it. You've seen all the hype about AI and YouTube, right? You're probably thinking about starting a faceless channel, maybe even automating the whole thing. But hold on, because there's a huge trap that almost nobody talks about, and it's getting thousands of these channels completely wiped out. Here's the brutal truth the so-called gurus just don't mention. They're selling you this dream of effortless, automated income. But the reality? Well, for most people, their channels get flagged and demonetized for spam before they even make a single dollar. And you know why? Because they're using AI all wrong. I mean, just look at that number. 90%. Let that sink in for a second. That is an absolutely staggering failure rate. This isn't just a bit of bad luck, okay? It's a systemic problem with how everyone's being taught to use these AI tools. The stakes are super high, and if you do it wrong, all that time and effort goes right down the drain. So let's actually break down this trap. It's really built on a massive misunderstanding of what YouTube actually cares about. See, the platform doesn't hate AI, not at all. What it hates is low-effort, repetitive, junky content. And unfortunately, that's exactly what you get from most of these generic AI workflows. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you're promised this push-button content machine that just prints money. But the reality? Well, your channel gets flagged as spam, you've wasted money on AI subscriptions, and YouTube's algorithm just sees your hard work as worthless. It's a really painful cycle to be in. So, and this is the most important part, the solution isn't some secret fancy new app. It's a strategic shift in your role. You have to stop being just a passive user of these AI tools. Instead, you need to start acting like the editor-in-chief of your own little media company. The AI, that's your production team. But you're the director, you're the strategist, you're the one with the vision. In that new role, it all starts with the absolute foundation of any good video, the script. This is where, I'm telling you, 90% of people get it wrong. They treat their AI scriptwriter like a lazy intern, not a professional writer on their team. So let's fix that right now. Okay, so the amateur just types in something simple, right? Write a script about ancient Rome. And what do they get back? A boring, soulless essay. But the pro, the editor-in-chief, they command the AI. They give it a detailed, structured brief, just like you would for a human writer. You give it rules, constraints, a whole framework to operate in. And here's the exact framework. You have to tell it, I want strict pacing rules. You demand a new retention hook every 30 seconds to keep people watching. You even give it specific visual cues for later. You direct the tone with speaker instructions in brackets, and you tell it which words to bold for emphasis. This is how you take control. Okay, so now you've got this genius script in your hands. Let's move to the next place everyone messes up, the voice. A robotic default AI voice is a giant flashing red flag for YouTube spam detectors. But we can make an AI voice that's so human it's pretty much undetectable. And here we are again, amateur versus pro. The amateur just pastes in their script and hits generate on the default voice. The pro, though, they take literally 2 extra minutes to dive into the advanced settings and tune the voice. That's what transforms it from a robot narrator into a totally engaging conversational storyteller. And hey, no guesswork. Here are the exact settings. In a tool like ElevenLabs, first pick a conversational style voice. Now, here's the secret sauce. Drop the stability setting down to somewhere between 60 and 70%. This is what adds those natural sounding ups and downs in the voice. Then just keep the clarity nice and high so it stays crisp. That combo is pure gold. Now, this next idea is one of the most powerful things you need to understand. Once your settings are dialed in, you don't control the AI voice with more sliders. No, you direct its performance using just the punctuation in your script. So think of it like this, okay? An ellipsis tells your AI actor to take a thoughtful pause. An em-dash, that creates a sharp, confident break. Capitalizing a word, that forces the AI to really put stress and emphasis on it. You are literally directing a voice actor from your keyboard. So we've got a killer script and a human-like voice. Now the visuals. So many people think you need some professional video editor and super expensive software. That is just completely false. I'm going to show you how to build a dynamic visual engine pretty much for free. That's right, you can do all of this in Canva. The key isn't having complex software. It's about understanding the principles of visual rhythm and movement. You just want to create this feeling of constant motion so the viewer's eyes never, ever get bored. Okay, so here are a few killer techniques. You can lay a subtle stock video over a background just to add some texture. Use Canva's match and move transition. It creates these silky smooth animations. Build kinetic text sequences where words pop up in time with the voice. And for a real pro touch, sync your cuts to the beat of your music. It seriously makes the whole thing feel hypnotic. All right, we've covered the script, the voice, and the visuals. That's the tactical blueprint. But now, we gotta talk about the strategy. Because the blueprint itself, that isn't the real secret to winning here. Your real, uncopyable advantage is something else entirely. I mean, this is the question you have to ask yourself, right? If all your competitors have the exact same tools, how in the world do you build a channel that actually stands out? How do you create something that can't just be copied overnight? The answer is editorial judgment. Look, these tools are becoming commodities. Everybody has them. Your unique advantage is your brain. It's your skill at picking the right topics, finding a unique angle, adding a perspective that an AI just can't make up, and then making sure the final product has a high standard of quality. This is what YouTube's algorithm is actually looking for and rewarding. Let this one sink in because it's everything. The AI tools are your employees. They're your script writers, your voice actors, your video editors. But your judgment, your taste, your unique insight, that is the actual product. The AI just helps you manufacture it. So what's the ultimate takeaway here? You have to stop thinking about building some low-effort, spammy cash cow channel. That whole model's dead. The new goal, the winning blueprint, is to use this AI production team to build a premium media brand, but at scale.